I'm going to cover a few topics in today's video. The first being the Alma opening, which is a request I get quite a bit. I'm also going to talk about the upcoming Southeastern Championship and a problem submitted by Brian Hinkle. So let's get started. Let's talk about the Alma opening. The Alma opening has had a number of disciples over the years, including world champion Walter Hellman. The opening begins 11:15, 23:19, 8:11, 22:17, and then 3:8 as the characteristic move. This is not the easiest opening, but for some reason it really captivates beginners, including myself many years ago. I don't recommend it, with instead of 3:8 being played 11:16 into the Glasgow, or 4:8 into the old 14th as better options. But the 3:8 is good for variety, and it does form the Alma opening. There's another way this opening can be formed that's also natural in a 3-move sequence, and that is 10:15, 23:19, 7:10, 22:17, and 3:7 into the same position. Another run-up to the Alma, which is probably the least natural, but is actually what I played when I first started, is 11:15, 23:19, 7:11, 22:17, and 3:7. So once again, this is the Alma. Now, the next best move for white is this 25:22, and then 11:16 is the best move for red. Now, this 27:23 move is perhaps best, but this is actually well covered. George Checkers Cycle, he actually covers this move in full, and I recommend checking out his channel and his video for this, and I'll post a link in the description. But for this video, I'm going to talk about this 26:23 cover-up, which is also a good alternative to this 27:23. Now, the same reply is best for red in this 7:11, so the elbow is no longer there for red. So this 7:11 is best. If white plays this 24:20 exchange, red can counter with 9:13 after the exchanges. And it's a good even game. The 30:26 move is okay. Red counters with this 15:18 and then taking the single exchange first, followed by the 2 for 2 for both sides. It's about even. But I'm going to focus on this 31:26 defense here. Now, after this 31:26, it's best for red to play 9:14 in hopes maybe white will go 17:13. This is actually a losing sequence for white after the 6-9 exchange. So that tempts that move. Instead, the best move here for white is 29:25. And now red should go in 16:20. Now the best move for white is this 19:16, 2 for 2. And now white can safely go 17:13. It's best for red to start developing here, 8:12, 26:23 for white, and now 4:8 building a couple columns here. After this 23:19, red has a couple of different choices. This 14:18 is good and probably natural. There are a couple different counterpoints to this. One, if white goes 21:17, then the pitch of 18:23 will draw after 5-9 is played after the jumping sequences. Or this 30:26, and after 5-9, the 3 for 3 with 19:16 and the triple jump will draw as well. But instead, I'm going to talk about the old Drummond line of play, which is this 15-18 exchange. This is classic in checkers literature. And after the exchange, white has a good tactical play here, and it goes 19-16. So after the exchange here, and now white can deploy this 27-24 for the double jump. Red is now going to try and march and get a king. And instead of going for a king right now, the build up to exchange off this piece is recommended. After getting a king, and now exchanging based on this column that has been built. White is going to start developing this piece, 28-24. Red gets a king. And now if this 14-18 is played next, 21-17 is the key to draw. But red is going to go on this square instead. And then after 7-11, the exchange here, followed by the 14-10, is a clean cut draw in this 26-23 Alma variation. Okay, let's play that Alma sequence again, but this time you can see it from white's perspective. So the Alma can begin 11-15, 23-19, 8-11, 22-17, and then the characteristic 3-8 move. After 25-22, 11-16, and now again this 26-23. Now, if your opponent goes 9-14, this is a little trap. White can win by making the 22-18 pitch and then followed by the 2-for-2 with the winning position. So if your opponent does play that early 9-14, you know you can win with 22-18. But instead, 7-11 is the best move. And then looking at this 31-26 variation. Now red can safely play 9-14. And as I mentioned previously, do not play 17-13. This will lose by the 6-9 and suffocate white's position. So instead, playing 29-25 first is best. Now, red can play 16-20, followed by the 2-for-2. And now 17-13 can safely be played by white. Now red is just going to develop out of the single corner. And as I mentioned, this 14-18 move is good. If 30-26 is played, then this 5-9 and the 3-for-3 with 19-16. Or if 21-17 is played, then this 18-23 exchanging, and then playing 5-9 to later have a 2-for-2 is best. But instead, I'm going to talk about the classic 15-18 move. And now the tactical play with 19-16 next. And now 27-24. And now, again, red is going to build up a column to later exchange this piece off the board. That's exactly what it does. White gets a king first, but red won't be too far behind. Exchanging using this column. Now white is just going to start developing 28-24. Red crowns. And again, if 14-18 is played here, white has this 21-17 saving move. But instead, going back into the king row, and then white playing 7-11. And then 14-10. And then red can just play this 21-17, possibly exchanging next for, again, a very clean-cut draw in this Alma variation. I'm also really excited to announce this year's combined Southeastern Championship, which includes the Virginia Open and North Carolina Open. It will be held in Collinsville, Virginia at the Dutch Inn, and we have reserved their large conference room. It's at the same exact location as last year, and all things considered, it was a pretty big success. Alex Holmes and I are planning to attend this year, and if the Wi-Fi cooperates, we'll have a couple videos and maybe even stream live. The tournament details are included in the description below, and we hope to meet and see a number of you there. Finally, Brian Hinkle submitted this problem to the checkers community, which has yet to be solved. The parameters are white to move and win, and you can see it's a 10-by-10 position, with white having one king here on this square. I recommend pausing this video and even set up this position on your own board. If you can solve it, please submit the winning sequence to Brian, and you can find his information on the Checker Maven website, which is also included in the description below. Thanks, as always, for watching.